Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Trials of Cold Steel 2. This is Wishblend reporting in. Having a slight break from Horizons Mid Dawn because it's getting to us for a little bit. Get some other games on the channel, then I'll go back to it for the filling out side quests, etc. So the graphics are a lot better on here with the TV and the capture, so okay, here we go, back to talking. I will turn this into a workshop for creating Valimar's taxi. If you get a chance, I really appreciate it if you could help me out. Yeah, let's do this. Thanks. Well then, do you think you bring me my tools out from over in the Liberl factory? Can do, George. I'd already checked all the side quests and that, so they're all cleared. So, yeah, we're remodeled. That's a big sword. This should work for now. Okay, let's see if we can process this Sumerian already. You know, we're going to start by reinforcing Valimar's existing blade, right? Kind of your way of prepping for the real thing. That's the idea, yeah. I just want to get the feel for what it's like to work with, and it give you a stronger sword to use in the meantime. Let's get to work, of course. So together they worked reinforcing Valimar's existing blade. Despite the task being simple compared to making an entirely new weapon, working with this Sumerian on was hard even for George. Many of the members of Class 7 as well as even Valimar helped where they could and supported him in his efforts. Eventually, it's another day. That looks shiny. Wow, finally your new blade is quite impressive. Yeah, it came out pretty well. Although the base weapon is still the same as the Celdic. And as the Celdic's blade, however, I can feel mana radiating from it now. I set it to still be able to hold significantly keener edges than before. I'm amazed you managed to process that stuff. How crystal like that must have been a real pain to work with her, George. Well, if anyone could, it's you. I wouldn't be able to do much with that if not for your guys' help. That we got this far is a real testament to our combined efforts. I'm not sure what our contributions can be, even compared to what you've done, and I'm grateful for it. I'm sure the battles ahead are going to go a lot more smoothly thanks to this. We're lucky to have you on our side, George. Now all we got to do is take it to the real fight and see how it feels. Right, we should get Valimar to give it a couple of good swings.
Oh, you're all still here.
Yeah.
Toa?
What's wrong? It's not like you to be so flustered. It's terrible. We got an emergency report in from the Twin Dragons Bridge. It's Celdic.
Celdic? What happened to Celdic?
It was set on fire.
What?
By the Croydon Provincial Army.
Sleazebags.
What? What?
So yeah, let's set course running her there as fast as the legs could carry them. Once they arrived, a number of them disembarked to assess the situation. Instructor Sarah and Juices included. Wow, just... That's awful. How could they do this to such a lively town? The Grand Marquises have taken print of it too. The fact that this was the work of the crucial army themselves is distressing to say the least. I can't believe this. Let's have a look around town. We should pay a visit to the market manager and the 4th Armoured Division too. It's like... So my mind's kind of all over the place right now. I still can't believe how quickly it all happened. Minutes, that's all it took. Living in the town before I arrived. How could anyone do just something like that even call themselves human? I don't know, I somehow managed to keep this place from burning down, but Louise was hit on the head by some form of Deborah's joint attack, and what? Where is she? She's being treated over at the church right now, but I said she might not make it. Oh no. Oh dear. My house was burned down. There's nothing left of it. Our house was set on fire during the attack. We managed to escape to safety, but where will we go now? Those big robots came crashing into town out of nowhere, and they just started destroying everything and anything. The market manager told me to run, so I did. But then I mean, you can see the debris. I mean, why does that happen to you or people, Otto? Don't tell me. We should go check ourselves before jumping to conclusions. Did you come and see the market manager? If so, head up to the 2nd floor. Everyone else is already there. Please, don't tell me. No. Hurry, Otto. Please, come back to me. No way. You're from Thor's, correct? You may have victim to one of the soldiers' attacks while evacuating Townsbrook, I'm afraid. I did everything in my power to save him, and yet... I see. How could this happen? The Macromanger's always done everything he could to protect this town. But now he's went to give his life for us. No one loved this town more than Otto. This just goes to prove that. Why did things end up like this? What are we even supposed to do? Why, Edios? Why did you take the Macromanger from us? The Macromanger did everything he could to protect us, even in his last moments. This is how it's always been too. We always got by thanks to him. I can't believe he gave up his life to protect us. I hope you are happy, Duke Alvaria. If your aim was to terrorize us and take someone from us and have him replaced, then you must be. I did everything in my power, but it wasn't enough. At the very least, he seems to have passed on peacefully. We can only pray that Adios guides us all to the other side, to her side.
Poor guy.
No, just stay away. Please leave the town alone. The Jaegers took advantage of the chaos to set fire to as much of the town as possible. We tried to put it out as much as we could, but when fire gets going, there's not much you can do, gal. Let's see some machines. They came and destroyed the Grand Market. I was so scared, I didn't even want to see them again.
No!
This is just awful.
Yeah, remember coming through here in the earlier this game and did the first one. Totally ruined. They could probably rebuild, but no. I took out a load of pure goods from my store. Why? Why did it come to this? I sold that store through the Grand Market asunder like it was nothing. I took away what was essentially a home. And yet here I am, unable to even work up the energy to be depressed. It's a wreck. You all made it, I see. I've seen a lot of my time as a reporter, but this is the first time I've been left speechless. And a task like this can't be forgiven, nobility or not. There's no excuse for such carnage. We'll be failures as people if we let something like this pass. I'll do whatever I can to make sure this doesn't get covered up.
Wasn't that the rest area?
It was. Can't get around the other side. Nope. Totally destroyed. I guess it's a case of if we can't have it, you can't have it mindset. We're in the midst of assessing the situation. Please take any questions to General Craig. Okay. Oh, I see you've all arrived. Lieutenant General Craig, Major Netherholt. Ah, you're here too, Claire. Thank you for coming. I presume you're all contacted? That's right, we came as soon as we heard. Is this the work of who I think it is? It is, as you suspect. This was done by none other than the Crossbell Provisional Army's soldiers. That's absurd. For what reason? So it seems they have no issue with raising the very lands they're meant to protect. This can't be real. Unfortunately, it's very real. Apparently, they broke through a gap in our line of defences at the Twin Dragons Bridge. According to the report, there was a number of Jaegers within their ranks too. Duke Erebonia has been hiring the Northern Jaegers throughout this war. They were behind the attack on Ymir too. That explains things. Raising towns like this one is one of their specialities. We arrived on the scene as fast as we could and even managed to fight them off while evacuating the townsfolk, but they had already retreated towards Breaha and then formed a defensive line by the time the 4th Division arrived. Townsfolk readily accepted us after the British Army was forced to retreat from Twin Dragons Bridge. It's clear this was intended to punish them for that as an example to others. Well, the idea is probably not too happy about how that played out, so yeah. This reminds me of what Rufus and Peter said actually.
I beg to differ. The presence of Soldat's units on a battlefield makes a tremendous difference. What they may lack in firepower and armor compared to tanks, they make up for in mobility and versatility. But more important than even those factors is the psychological impact they have on our opponents.
We're only human. As such, we are as captivated as we are terrified of giant beings bearing human form.
Rufus said that. The fearless attackers and stolen townsfolk seems to be a testament to those words. Thanks to the soldiers, it's safe to say they succeeded in their aim. Even if we of the RMP felt somewhat powerless before them, especially since we couldn't prevent that fatality. I think the one fatality would be the micromanager of all people. Regardless, we plan to strengthen our defences here while preparing for countermeasures against Breaha. I advise you to keep your assistance from Celdic for a while. Do engrave this horrid sight into your minds, however. This is no mere minor conflict, it's an all-out war. Never forget that. So the only place left There's a church. I tripped and hurt myself in all the commotion. It's not serious compared to everyone else, I'm lucky. But how could they? How could they do this to our home? I did everything in my power as a pharmacist to aid everyone's treatment. But it still terrifies me to think of how quickly those soldiers laid waste to this town. I'm not entirely sure how I managed to escape, to be completely frank. You haven't seen my husband anywhere, have you? I heard they brought him here with serious interest, but I can't see him anywhere. Why did he have to ruin me like this? Is that Becky? No, it's Louise. That's it. From the pub. Not Louise too. Excuse me, but how she's been holding up? Has she been given medical treatment? Father Cyprius already tended to her, but apparently the blood your head was so strong, he can't be sure she'll make it. Louise, please, open your eyes, I'm begging you. You two seem like good friends from what I've seen. Yeah, we got to know each other from my visits to the weathercock whenever I was in town for work. But I'm not going to be able to do anything for her staying here. Let's go, we need to see how things are elsewhere. Right. Huh? Daddy's not here. Oh man, where'd he go? The sister told him to stay put too. Those human machines there. Stay about it, don't do it. Talk about stressful. It seems to be unconscious. No, this can't be. Marco, open your eyes, please. Father Cyprius' considerable medical knowledge helped save players who were badly wounded in the assault. We were truly blessed to have him stationed here. But why did something this awful have to happen? I showed no mercy, not even to the children. Wake up, Jake. I can't believe you and Jake was caught up in all of this. It's so horrible. I can't do anything to help. I feel so ashamed of myself. Don't be. You're up against professionals and they have the element of surprise on their side. She's right. I know you're upset, but you're not the one to blame here, and neither are you, Jesus. Yeah, I suppose you're right. If I have time to blame myself for what's happened, that's time I could be using to actually help people. I was supposed to be hit by some fallen rubble, but then, before I knew what was happening, Jake appeared and pushed me out of the way. It's all my fault. What do I do if he never wakes up?
I hope Louise will be okay.
She wasn't the only familiar face either.
You got to grasp the situation in Celdic now. Should we head back? Yeah. Rain. Where's my family? They're all safe, right? Becca, Hugo. He told you to abort to me. Sorry, but she insisted. Expect me to sit about knowing what... Expect me to sit about knowing what's happening in my home? My family's safe, right? What about the market manager? The family's alright. We saw them at the church. I can't say to save the market manager alive. You're having a laugh, huh? Wait. I've got it, Reed. I'll make sure she returns to the courageous. Thanks. We'll make our way back first then. We have lots to discuss regarding where to proceed from here. Indeed. After leaving Celdic, getting the appeal arm in his hands, they went back to Courageous. President both Otto's death and the state of Celdic proved to be difficult, but they had to face it. It was only after Becky and Hugo that had returned that they decided to take off.
Still, this war seems to resemble the War of the Lions more by the minute. History tells us towns were set ablaze all across the country back then as well.
Really?
That is said to have been the case, yes. Although the situation back then is very different compared to now.
True enough. This war's been relatively bloodless in comparison, so something like this happening is a big deal.
Still, in the long term, this is bound to hurt the Alliance's cause more than it will help. That's why I'm finding it so hard to picture that Rufus would give the go-ahead to do it.
Think it's safe to say it was just Duke Alborea doing his own thing. He really seems to hate how Duke Cayenne's higher in practice than him in the Alliance.
I'm sorry, but this is where we part ways. Captain, please let me disembark somewhere nearby.
What? You can't be serious!
You're not thinking of trying to settle things with your father alone, are you?
I can't believe you would even entertain the thought. You need to take a deep breath and calm down before you do something you'll regret, Eustace. How dare you? Don't act like you know the first thing about what I'm feeling right now. As a member of the Alborea family, I have a duty to stop my father. You have no right.
We have every right to interfere, Eustace. This is clearly too much for one person to handle alone.
Machias is right. You need to calm down and we need to think this over together. Yeah, this isn't like you at all.
As your classmates and friends, it's not hard to imagine how terrible you must be feeling right now. But that's exactly why we want to help you, and I believe we can.
We should discuss how to approach this matter together.
That's a Class 7 I know.
Still, this isn't a matter to be taken lightly. Your actions could have a profound effect on the war from here on out. If you're going to get yourselves involved, you're going to need to be prepared for the potential consequences. But I'm sure you guys know the deal at this point, right?
We fully understand what you're saying. So far, we've tried to keep our interference with the war itself to a minimum. However, what just happened in Celdic was an act of terrorism against innocent civilians. We can't turn a blind eye to that.
You're right.
We're all agreed there. The market manager did a lot for us, both during our field study and when we were lying low there after the war broke out.
I'm of the same opinion. He may be head of one of the 4 great houses, but the Imperial family can still make him answer for his crimes. So please, use my position and this ship however necessary to bring him to justice.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Alright, I think it's time we come up with a solid plan. We can't allow Duke Alborea to do anything so inhuman ever again.
Thank you.
Huh? Is there a call coming through? Where's it coming from? Bear with me a moment. This can't be right. It's coming from an airship owned by the Noble Alliance.
How can that be?
They must have sneaked into range. What should we do, Toa? I think I can shake them off if I try.
No, put the call up on the screen.
It's a pleasure to see you all again, especially you, my dear brother. And Princess Alphen is with you too. Truly, it's an honor, Your Highness.
Rufus!
Goodness.
Why are you calling us?
I apologize for calling so abruptly. Rest assured, I have no intention of attacking or otherwise harming you. I'm calling because there is information of which I'd like to make you aware. Due to the rather sensitive nature of my message, this feed is a private communique from my personal airship.
What could you possibly have to tell us?
Does this concern Celdic by any chance?
It does indeed. I imagine all of you have seen what befell the town yourselves. The attack on Celdic was instigated by Duke Albarea alone. We of the Noble Alliance do not in any way condone it. If you plan to confront the Duke about his actions, you need fear no interference from us.
Huh? Oh, I get it. You want us to take him out, don't you?
Surely not.
The bulk of the Croydon Provincial Army is already under my control. The attack was carried out by a small contingent of soldiers who remain loyal to my father. At present, they've walled themselves up in Auroch's fort along with him. With the aid of the Imperial Army, you ought to be able to take the fortress without much trouble.
This is insane.
They're not as well trained as the ones who are serving you, so you don't mind losing them, do you? I'm impressed at how cold-heartedly objective you can be, Mr. Chief of Staff.
Bet you'd love it if we ended up killing each other, so you'd have nothing to worry about, huh?
Nothing of the sort, Miss Clausel. Still, there's no denying my father's actions will be a millstone around the neck of the Alliance going forward. But considering the position I hold, I can't very well publicly oppose him. And that's why I figured I might bring up the matter with all of you. Well, I've said my part. Oh, and Eustace, this is an intensely family-centric affair, as I'm sure you realize. I'm very curious how you'll approach it. Well then, if you'll excuse me. I suppose I'll hope and pray for your success this once, as a sitting member of Thor's Board of Directors.
Nothing like using other people to do your dirty work.
There remains a real possibility that this is a trap.
Still, now we know the Alliance wants something done about Duke Albarea as much as we do. This could be the best chance we're ever going to get to stop him from wreaking more havoc.
I can't allow my father to commit any more of these unforgivable crimes. I will go to Auroch's fort and apprehend Duke Albarea myself. And it would mean the world to me if all of you were to lend me your aid.
Do you even need to ask?
Of course we will. We'll be with you every step of the way.
With that, they finally began preparations to apprehend Duke Albarea. Duke Albrea's actions against Celdic were believed to be in violation of a number of Imperial laws. With that fact as justification, Class 7's choice to call upon the aid of the 4th Armored Division and the RMP to formally place him under arrest. In the end, they settled upon the following plan. First, the 4th Armored Division would attack Bearhard's northern line of defence. Meanwhile, the RMP would attack the city's southern line of defence, forcing them to call for reinforcements from Archeos fort. This would give Class 7 the opportunity to attack their fortress using the courageous with relatively limited opposition. And once the fortress was under their control, they were to arrest Duke Albarea, effectively completing the mission. While this is being finalised, remaining touches are put on Valimar's reinforced sword. The operation proved to be an opportune time to test it and collect much needed data. The next day, the time for the operation to begin. Well, the time's finally come. Is everyone ready to go? Of course. We can't let Jesus down. It's our chance to avenge Otto's death too. I appreciate it. Just try and focus your thoughts on approaching for now. You can worry about other things later. We'll be right here with you. Sounds like everyone's all fired up and ready to go. This will be our first chance to test Valimar's new weapon, new fortified weapon too. How'd it turn out? Great actually. And like Laura said, today's operation makes it a perfect chance to test it out in battle. I hope so, it'd be a good way to iron out the kinks anyway. The more data I have, the better off we'll be when it comes to making that attack. Guys, the 4th Armoured Division and the Railway Military Police are always ready to make their move. Let me know as soon as you're ready, the sooner the better. I'm coming with you. It doesn't sit right with me to have you all go up against high-ranked Jaegers alone. There's no reason to let your guard down low. Make sure you have everything you need. No problem. So... Okay, that my friends, bring this episode to a close. So please, if you enjoyed the story, although it was a bit sad and that was Celdic being burnt down, please hit a like, drop any comments down below and subscribe to the channel if you've not already signed up. With that, I'll see you in the next one. Laters.